Hey, what's up guys, it's your boy, Crimson Red. Today we're going to be talking about if Call of Duty Modern Warfare should be censored or not. Today I'm also going to be showing you gameplay going 61-12 with the Daemon in Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Just wanted to show some little bit of gameplay. But yeah, so recently a lot of people have been saying that the Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign should be censored and stuff like that. And to be honest, I'm just going to say it flat out, I don't believe it should be censored. Now let me know in the comments below if you guys think it should be censored or not. I'm going to be reading every single comment, and I'm going to either reply or heart it to make sure that you guys know that I did read it, because I am 100% curious to see and know what you guys think about, the Call of Duty campaign and stuff like that. So, like I said, I did get to watch a lot of people's videos on it. So I did get to learn some things, some new things, some things I already knew. And watching IGN's video as well, they were pretty much just like, oh my god, this game's really, gory, very offensive, and blah, 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 stuff like that. But at the end, they were kind of just like, yeah, but I want to see more. So it kind of seemed like they were kind of hyping it up to make it like this different, holy crap, edge of your seat experience, which is what Call of Duty should be. Honestly, if we talk about, Modern Warfare 2, no Russian, and, the end of Modern Warfare 2, where you throw a knife into Shepard's eyeball, stuff like that. That's what Call of Duty is all about. This is war. It's real life war. Things like this are happening every single day. And one thing that a lot of people are complaining about is like, oh my god, you can even see it in the trailer. This one woman jumps on top of a car and starts shooting civilians. And there's also child soldiers and stuff like that in the game as well. But thinking about it, this is what's happening in the real world. So what Call of Duty is trying to do is portray real life scenarios, which is what they've always been doing. That's why we play Call of Duty, and that's why we like the game, is because of how realistic the feel is. And honestly, for me personally, if anyone wants to be mad at Call of Duty because it's too realistic, or oh my gosh, I can't believe it showed that, what about schools and stuff like that show, the violence in videos and learning about it in books and stuff like that? Because if anything, that's where I learned about war and stuff like that. As well in movies and, different books like Tom Clancy and stuff like that, they talk about war and they show war. But really, I think the main reason that a lot of people are hating on this is because it is a video game. They did do a stupid, dumb gaming disorder recently, so that's going to be effective next year, which I just think is so idiotic. But besides the point, they're going to be a lot of people mad because of how violent and how real the game is, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's gonna insult also all the soldiers that did this. But actually, the people that you see in the cutscenes for Call of Duty, at least in the past games, were actually soldiers and veterans, and they would actually get ideas from different soldiers and veterans, just like in the Tom Clancy Rainbow Six games. Tom Clancy is he actually gets his inspirations and storytelling from different veterans and soldiers that he actually meets and talks to. So when it comes to that, I don't think there's going to be people that are like, oh my god, that's offensive or triggering. And if it is, then just don't play the game. And that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to say here is, if you don't enjoy or you don't want to play a game that has this type of content where it's very real, it's very gory, it's very, to the point, then don't play it. There's so many people that don't play Mortal Kombat, and Mortal Kombat makes probably this Modern Warfare game look like damn Candy Crush or Animal Crossing. It probably, cannot compare. And if we were thinking about it as well, video games are becoming more and more advanced. So if we look at, Mortal Kombat when the first one came out and Mortal Kombat now, there is a huge comparison to how the gore and blood and detail was with everything. But with Call of Duty as well, same thing's happening here. I mean, in Modern Warfare, in COD 4 Modern Warfare, when you got hit with the nuke, it was like, it was really intense because you were crawling on the ground. You saw the nuke go off until you die because of the nuclear explosion. In Modern Warfare 2, with no Russian, you're a Russian terrorist. You're going into an airport and you have to kill civilians and stuff like that. And and stuff like that is a main plot point, and I don't want to see different scenes as well being able to be skipped or censored in COD Modern Warfare, the new one that's coming out, because with the same as no Russian, it's a huge plot point, because if you do skip that cutscene, you're not going to understand why everyone wants to go to war. And that's because the Russians in that game wanted to start up controversy and do something, terroristic, and that's what started the war. But just different stuff like that. And, now that we're going into this Modern Warfare, which they were talking about the gameplay, and you pretty much go into this house full of terrorists, and you need to shoot them and execute them, but you're trying to capture, like, this one person. But there's a cutscene or a action that you need to do where there's a mom that picks up a baby, and the mom is a terrorist though, and she does try and get a gun or whatever. So it's kind of just like, oh my god, what do I do with that? And a lot of people are just like, oh, that's really uneasy and stuff like that. But like, again, it's that edge of your seat, like, holy crap, what do I do in the split moment type of situations that makes Call of Duty. And in all honesty, I just hope they don't censor the game, because again, this is an M-rated game, and this is a war game. This is a shooter game. They're literally getting inspiration, and they're literally trying to illustrate what war is like, and especially in like the modern time. Like, one of my favorite campaigns as of right now in the Call of Duty franchise is the World War II campaign. I absolutely love that campaign. It was nice how they did everything. It told the story of what World War II is like, and it gave you 4 main characters, and it kind of put you into, like, the emotions of being happy because you won the battle. It took you into the emotions of being angry because, maybe you guys weren't working together. And then the sad portion, maybe someone on your team died. It's just all around, like, it really had my emotions all over the place. And there were even times, like how they were explaining it in COD Modern Warfare, in the new one, where there were times where it was kind of just like edge of your seat, edgy stuff. And I was just like, that's how, World War II was as well. Like, we were chilling on the one clock tower, and then the one guy got sniped, and it was just like, oh my god, it kind of just like made me jump out of my chair, because I wasn't expecting it. That's what I want from a Call of Duty game. I want it to be very compelling. I want the storytelling to be very unique and amazing, because that's just how they want to illustrate it. And that's the other thing too. Video games are art. It's pretty much just a interactable movie. So, with stuff like that, it's kind of just like, it sucks because it's not like to the point where these people that are doing the reviews and the people that are saying like, oh my god, this game is too violent, they're not just being like, okay, it's too violent, I'm gonna go play something else. They're actually saying like, oh, this needs to be changed because I don't like it. And honestly, when it comes to that, we see that, I see that so many times day to day. Like, I have an Apple iPhone, and I don't go around saying to people that have Androids like, oh, if you don't have an Apple iPhone, you're wrong, or you're dumb, or, whatever, you need to change that. I let people have their own opinions and stuff like that, just like how I said I want you guys to have your own opinion in the comments below so I can see how everyone else feels. But I'm never going to force my own, beliefs or like how I think things should be onto other people. That's why I'm, giving out my opinion right now so that you guys can see where I come from and compare it to yours. But, with this, I just really believe that the game should not be censored in any way. That it should be, it should have free will to be able to make what Modern Warfare is truly like. So I'm really excited, and I'm also nervous because I want to see what this game looks like. I'm not going to give my final opinion on Modern Warfare, you know, as a game entirely, because I want to see gameplay of multiplayer, or just at least gameplay in general, and I also want to have it in my hands and play it. But for the time being, I'm just hoping that this game does not, you know, come to the point where they have to listen to the media or whatever and then they censor everything, because in all honesty, this Call of Duty is the last Call of Duty. This is their last stretch. If they mess up on this Call of Duty, I don't know if they're going to be able to have a second chance. But anyways, guys, like I said, make sure you let me know how you feel. Should Call of Duty be censored or uncensored? Write it down in the comments below. But anyways, guys, I'm Crimson Red, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.